Real quick question. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic. Y'all know what it is. Why do people act like Anthony Joshua is this flawless boxer? And people say, well, Deontay Wilder has all these chinks in his armor and deficiencies and holes in his game. He's a one-dimensional fighter. What the hell is Anthony Joshua then? Let's just keep it real. I seen a post today in the boxing group saying that for anybody that talked about Provodnikov and Brandon Rios being one-dimensional fighters and support Deontay Wilder, what? Deontay Wilder is not in the same one-dimensional category as Provodnikov and Brandon Rios. Deontay Wilder, people just don't want to give a kid his credit. He can box on the back foot. He can move forward. He showed agility side to side. Now, he might not look like the most fluent fighter and the most balanced fighter in the world, but he's not a guy that just comes forward and not no head movement and just, takes as good as he gets. Because if that was the case, you guys said he has a weak chin, he'd have been knocked out a long time ago. He's a guy that can use his reach. He's a guy that can close the show, close the distance. He's a guy with a good jab, a good check hook. Nobody gives him credit for the things he does well. Everybody just looks at the way that he moves in his base and, him being off balance. And that's just a product of being, awkward and not having the amateur pedigree. Now look at Anthony Joshua. This is a guy who fights tight, wound up. Slow, solid jab. But what does he do great besides punch? And he's not even a better puncher, no more powerful, explosive puncher than Wilder naturally. Wilder is 30 pounds, 34 pounds lighter than Anthony Joshua. And he has more explosive, more speed, and more pop on his punches. What does Anthony Joshua do that's so great? He don't move his head off the spot. He gives up his height. He don't fight with his height that much. He reaches for his punches. Sometimes he pushes punches. He don't have the stamina. So let's stop acting like this dude is like the platinum standard for heavyweight boxing, because he's not. He has deficiencies just as Deontay Wilder has deficiencies. He got a weight issue. He too hulky. He not quick enough. His hands not fast enough. He got good fundamentals for the most part with his feet. He keep his hands home. He can box on the back foot a little bit. I seen in this fight. He move well, but can he do it for an extended period because of his stamina and his weight issue? They act like this guy's the polished fighter. He's not. Dylan White was cleaning his clock as well, and we see the way Dylan White's career is going now. It's going down the toilet hole. So I'm just trying to see, what does Anthony Joshua do so much better that people believe that he's just so beneath fighting Deontay Wilder. Is he a great boxer puncher? Absolutely not. He's just a puncher. He really can't box. Neither can Deontay Wilder really box that good. And that's why the matchup looks, so good to a lot of people. Because it's going to be a knockout. It's going to be exciting. It's going to test, people's mental fortitude. It's going to test the testosterone. And if you really can man up and take it, Come on. Do we block? Do we parry punches? Do we move his head? Do we slip? Do we move side to side? Absolutely not. Deontay Wilder has more dimensions to his game than Anthony Joshua, if you want to keep it real. He move his head some. He fight with his height. He can fight on the back foot. He can fight pressing forward. He can counter punch. He can do everything Anthony Joshua can do and more. But the thing about it is, with Anthony Joshua is, he's the more textbook savvy fighter. He looks the more cleaner fighter. He's all wound up and tight. A lot of people can't see that. But he keep his hands home. He moves fluently. And I think people get caught up that he looks and moves more like a fighter, but they don't see the deficiencies where he's all wound up and tight, and then he runs out of gas as well. I'm not saying that Anthony Joshua is can't beat Deontay Wilder, but I'm just saying, stop acting like this kid ain't got no deficiencies in his game. He got big holes in his game. He can't slip a jab, a hook, nothing. He just put them guards up and hide behind those big muscles. And then when somebody able to shoot the jab and split the guard with the right hand and come around with the left for the right hook, he gonna be in trouble because he don't move his head. As much as y'all say Deontay Wilder don't improve, neither does Anthony Joshua. They both starting to plateau. And we'll see what's going on. But I'm just tired of acting like one is better than the other, but it's really not. We gone.